A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel. This channeling is a very important channeling because here we would be talking about the difference between a karmic relationship and a twin flame relationship. For a lot of people, karmic relationship and twin flame relationship seem very similar, in some cases at least, because karmic relationships can also go very long. Then there are false twin relationships also. So people have asked me this question, and I think the masters want to clarify it for others also. In this session, I will try to clarify the difference between the karmic relationship and the twin flame relationship for all those people who are getting confused right now. In my channel Twin Flame Universe, somebody was asking me about this also. What is the difference in twin flame union and twin flame universe? See, the twin flame universe is a very vast universe because we try to cover as many channelings as we can for the false twins, for the karmics, as well as for the twin flames. Okay. But when you start feeling that you are in the surrender stage, then you start getting different messages. And it's not entirely true that after surrender you're not going to face runner chaser dynamic, or these things only happen one by one. The stages that we have told you, if you don't know about the stages, then you can go to my channel and you can look for the stages of twin flame journey. So the stages are explained properly. In some cases, the stages are going to happen one by one, literally how it's written. But in many cases, these stages, they progress simultaneously also, which means some percentage of root chakra will heal, then sacral will heal, then solar plexus will heal, then heart will heal, so on and so forth. Okay. So if you are currently in a relationship where you feel that you're not being loved, or there is something always missing, or you are thinking that am I the problem? Am I the one who is creating this? Or sometimes you get so critical about your own self that you stop seeing the blessings you have already. You might be having good amount of money, but you think you're poor. You might be a very beautiful man, or a beautiful woman, or a good looking man. Actually, all are beautiful. You might be thinking that I'm not good enough for the person I love. For my twin flame relationship or my partner, I'm not beautiful enough. Okay. And then same goes for your color, same goes for your work, same goes for your profession. That whatever you're doing, you're not happy in that. You want to do something else. So this feeling, how you do one thing is how you do everything. This feeling applies in many areas of your life. And in the twin flame journey, it is troubling you. So first of all, I want to tell you one thing, that if you feel very strongly that you are a twin flame for sure, then you are a very blessed person. You are a very lucky person from the 5-dimensional perspective. But if you look at your life from the 3D perspective, you are going to think that you are a very unlucky person and you have a cursed life. You're so unhappy. You're so miserable. That's because in the 3D world, the biggest problem is that people compare themselves with each other. Okay? So, the karmic relationships, they bring out all the fears in you. Okay? And the difference is that in twin flame relationship, even if you're not with your twin flame, even if you're in separation mode, or you have purposely separated, or you're separated because of whatever XYZ reasons, then also you will be very satisfied and you will be very content and you will live your life every day. That is a twin flame relationship. And there you go, I'm giving it this point in the very beginning, because what's coming ahead, it's important to know. First basic thing you need to know. In a karmic relationship, even when you're together, you're unhappy. Constantly unhappy, constantly miserable. Where is this music coming from? Okay, I don't know. So, constantly you're going to be unhappy in a karmic relationship, and in a twin flame relationship, that misery, at least the togetherness, would not be a big deal. Like you would know, I know this person, I love this man or I love this woman, and that's it. This is it. This is my only partner. But there is no mental agony behind it. There is no torture behind it. Like Ram and Sita, Radha and Krishna, and Shiva and Parvati. I keep giving these 3 examples because they are genuinely, they are twin flames, you know. And if you see that even after Shiva got married, he used to run away a lot. He used to keep going away from his feminine, from Parvati. He would go because he loved it. He enjoyed being alone. He was a Vairagi by nature, a hermit by nature, hermit by birth. And lot of twin flames are like that. If you're a twin flame and you're not practicing hermitage, that is one of the biggest cause of your misery. And I know there are some false, fake twin flame gurus who focus a lot on three-dimensional lifestyle. They focus a lot on I am married, or I have a boyfriend, or I have an engagement ring, and they constantly, try to tell other people that this is the reason why I'm a twin flame guru. And this is the reason why other people may not be, because they are not showing off their partners on the internet, or they are not showing off their personal life on the internet. The intelligent person will never tell other people that just because I am married, or just because I am engaged to somebody, or just because I am living in with someone, or maybe I'm doing whatever XYZ things with someone, that means I am successful and you are not. This is the biggest problem what 3D people do, what narcissistic people do. If you are a person who has gone through narcissistic abuse in your childhood, definitely your romantic life is going to be full of problems, full of pain, and full of pleasing others, and full of slavery, So karmic relationships will never stay in your life forever. They are going to end. They all end. And I tell you, you're a very lucky person if your karmic relationships ends very fast. It's like the sooner they end, the better it is. The sooner they should end, the better it is. You learn the lesson from them, you say goodbye to them, and you don't have to see them ever again. That's a karmic relationship. If you have a family karmic relationship, then also you should just stay away from them as much as you can, just to do your duty, just to fulfill your responsibility wherever possible. If you need, okay, I need to be there. If you don't need to be there, if without you also the things will function, then the best suggestion from my side is to do that. Sometimes karmic marriages produce children. Okay, or karmic marriages or karmic relationships also, they get into some kind of a business, or they get into some kind of a, partnership on paper, some legal formalities taken, and because of that, they are stuck in that situation. Then also, you should only do what you are needed to do. And this is the test of a twin flame. If you are very confused and you don't know what's happening, you're very low, or you need some hand holding, or you even need to figure out whether you're stuck in a karmic relationship, a karmic entanglement, or why you're running away from your twin, or you're not able to do your inner work, any of these questions related to your twin flame journey, you can also get a personal reading. And if you want, you can also get into a therapy mode. There are various types of therapies, and there are two different types of readings that I do. One is an intuitive and tarot reading, where you can ask questions about your twin flame journey, and the other is the Indian astrology reading, where also you can ask specific questions about your twin flame journey. But for that, you need to give me your date of birth, time of birth, and place of birth. So go ahead and check out the description box, and once you're sure, you can write to me at thesunamoon@gmail.com. One more thing, it's my request to all of you, please do not share your twin flame journey in advance with me if you're looking for a reading. If you're looking for a therapy, then we will send you a form and you need to fill up that form, and then that's a different thing altogether. But for reading, the reason why we don't take any information from you is because we want to give you an honest reading. If anybody shares all of their twin flame details with me in advance, then how can I do a proper reading? Then my reading would become either biased, or I will already have too much information and knowledge about your journey, right? So then how can I give the clear answers? So for that purpose only, do not share it. During the reading, we will discuss, and automatically the journey will be talked about. All right? Why I said you are a very blessed person if you are a twin flame. From the 4D also, even if you reach 4D also, you will be sort of understanding what's happening around you. Because between the 5th dimension and the 4th dimension, there is one gap, like it's not a gap, but it's another stage which is called new humanity consciousness. Okay. Now, this is a feeling of paradise, literally, where people are into their higher self. So you must be thinking, then what is the 5D? Why everyone talks about 5D? What is 3D to 5D? It's not easy to get from 3D to 5D. I want to tell this to you all, okay? And if you're going to be stuck in the worldly problems like age is such a big, my God, I hear this from so many people during readings, during therapy sessions, that I'm this old and I'm this old and I'm that old. Now what do I do? So I want to tell you people, in the 3D world, becoming 30 years old or whatever, according to your country or state, whatever is, when people say, oh, now you're not young anymore, now you're this, now you can't do this, now you have to get married, now you have to have children, whatever that number is, say in 3D world, 30 years of age means what? Your life is getting over. Okay? But in 5D world, your life actually starts. You're reborn at 35. Because at the age of 35, all the previous, this particular life's baggage gets over. So then you start afresh. And after that, you start getting instant karma. You do something bad, instantly you will get punished for it. You do something good, instantly you will get rewarded for it. And then you'll realize that you don't want to be in this instant karma also. You want to just observe everything as how it happens to you. Okay? So the biggest difference in a karmic relationship and a twin flame relationship, number one is, twin flame triggers a spiritual awakening in you. You cannot cut the twin flame away from you, but you'll always understand that this person came into my life, and after this person, only I have become like this, which is a better version of me. I have become more spiritual, I have become more confident, I have become more of whatever I had to be. But in a karmic relationship, you're only going to be down, 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 down. And how you know somebody is your karmic relationships, or it could be more people also. You could be born in a family where narcissism is very high. The other day I was watching an interview of a Bollywood actor. Basically, this person was not a known person for a very long time, because he is a brother of a very famous actor. And he spoke, when he spoke in his interview, he said that how his elder brother, who's a famous star, very bankable star, pronounced him mad, and then got him sort of against his will, got him trapped, and then put him in some kind of a asylum sort of a place where he was pronounced crazy. And for all these years, when they were both young, because he could have been the biggest competition for him, because he's a more good looking man, he's taller, he's most handsome, he has a very cute smile according to me. And we all, as crowd, we must have heard about him, we must have noticed him, but we did not know that in the back of his story all this was happening. And then for many years, he lived as a person who was labeled as a crazy guy, as a mad person. He could not make money, he could not live a good life. Okay? And now, as the age of ascension has started, since 2020, he has become very popular again. People have started loving him more, especially in 2021. And he's everywhere. He's giving so many interviews, he's talking to people, and he's talking about his life as how it has been. And he says that I have forgiven everyone. Yesterday only I saw one of his video clips, and he said that I have forgiven my family because all of them combined together pronounced me mad. And then I had to live in this life where I was living like a mental person. And then I figured it out. With time I figured it out that I need to cut away from them. I need to stay away from them. I have forgiven them, but I would like to stay away from them. And then I am a happier person. I don't want to mingle with them, basically. So this is what a karmic relationship would do to you. And especially if a lot of karmics are in the same place, like it's a family of 20 people, and at least 18 are your karmics, you are going through a lot of problem then, my friend. You are going to go through. So the better you realize that you are a hermit and you need to be on your own, that's the time you will start making a big change in your life. And if you cannot be away from them for whatever XYZ reason, it's money, or it's some kind of a codependence you have, that I have to be with them, or some kind of a guilt you have, or even if it's duty, even if you're duty bound to be with them, then also you need to create a separate space of yourself, of your own, so that your energy is not getting entangled with their energies. if you get married with a karmic by chance, you've made that mistake, or you have gotten engaged with them, you've pronounced it to the whole world, and later on you start realizing that, okay, I made a mistake, actually someone else was my twin flame, but I thought that this person, this karmic is my twin flame, and I got myself into it, and now I'm regretting it every day, because I'm only going down, I'm getting more depressed, getting more weak, I'm getting more and more codependent and more addicted. Earlier I was taking some pills, but now I'm taking double of those pills, So sometimes these phases can be good also, because as this actor was telling in his interview, which is something I totally think that most of you would resonate with, he said that I would still not like to change anything about your life, even though I have lost those ages, those years when I was a handsome man, when I was younger. Now I'm not that young. According to him, he's like, I'm not that young and I'm not that great now, which I was 10 years back, 20 years back, or when all of this had started happening, when I was getting a good break and I was gonna do something good in life. That's when my brother did this to me. I still don't know why he did this to me. But as a channeler or as a, ascensioner, I can say that this is a classic case of a narcissistic abuse, So karmics are only going to put fire into that, or fuel into that fire, increase the fire, because they do not understand you as a person, you as an individual, what is your philosophy of life, or what is your theory of life, or what is your way of living life. They're only going to create problem in it, and the more you're going to depend on them, the more you're going to think that they are watching me, or they are thinking about me, or they are judging me, or this is what they think, the more you are going to be sad and upset. And karmics only bring that out, because they have this strange way of getting your attention due to the codependencies. Your twin flame will bring you out of codependencies. Your twin flame will make you realize that I can do this myself. I can do it myself on my own. Karmic will make you feel you can't do anything on your own. You need me and I need you. We both need each other. And that's why I said, if you feel that you're born in a karmic family, and in your karmic family maybe you have, say, total 30 people, but out of those 30 people maybe 4 people are your spiritual connections, then you be nice to those spiritual connections, you have continue with them, but with the rest just do your duty. You don't even have to hate them, because somehow somewhere they have also helped you. Everybody helps us, right? But if you're going to think logically, because we need to conserve our energy on a daily basis and put in this energy into better things. Even if there are people who are criticizing you, even if there are people who are trying to bring you down by their bitter words and harsh criticism, and sometimes very publicly they criticize you, even if they do that, don't listen to them. Don't listen to anybody who tells you to live by the rules of 3D world. We become harmonious with the 3D world automatically. It will happen. Trust me on this. It will happen. And this is the reason why I tell people you should get into therapy. And if you cannot get into therapy, if you cannot afford getting into therapy, then make sure you work on your root chakra, because your root chakra is connected to your finances, and most importantly, it is connected to the things that you want to invest into your spiritual growth. Because after all, nobody is going to take this money anywhere. We also, as a person, if I talk about myself, when I make money, I already have a separate mission going on which needs money, which needs those funds, and it all goes into it. And it's not like I'm justifying it. We need to maintain our lifestyle also, because when you live in the 3D reality, when you get harmonious with the 3D reality, you don't want to depend on 3D people for creating resources every single day. You want to take help from source, you want to take help from masters, but you also want to put in your hard work into it, As I said, you cannot please the whole world. It's impossible to please everyone. Just impossible. Just impossible. If you cannot please people, let it be. Okay, you tried your best. You gave your best. So either you get into therapy mode or you get into inner work mode. And get out of these numbers that the 3D people throw at you. In my readings also, sometimes I meet people who are probably 50 years old and 60 years old, or from the 3D world perspective, but they look very good looking, they are very young. In fact, I get very amazed, like, okay, when they tell me their age, I tell them don't talk about your age, because I don't want to talk about it, But if they ask me, okay, how old do I look, or they bring up this subject, I tell them very honestly that I cannot believe it that you're 60 years old or you're 50 years old. It's impossible for me to believe this, because I see that they are so youthful. Where do they get this youthful energy? Because they do continuous inner work and they're very detached from the 3D world. Imagine being detached while you're into it, like a lotus plant. The lotus plant is in the water, but not even one drop of water can stay on for the lotus plant, on the lotus plant. Okay, so this is how a karmic relationship should be. Even if you're in the sansara, even if you're in this world, even if you've given some commitment to them, which because you have given commitment, you are an honest person, you're going to live by it. I'm telling you, if you do your duty, if you do your things, and if you be your own person, if you don't depend on them, the karmics will leave you alone by themselves. You would not have to lift a finger to do it. You just do your mental separation, you just do your work, you just somehow become independent. Financially, mentally, physically and emotionally, they will run away from you, they will run in the opposite direction of you, and they will not bother you. They will not bother you. Let them live in the guilt or let them live in the anger. You can pray for them that may God bless them too. May God make them happy. But I am not going to take their bullshit. And I am only taking their bullshit because I am attached with them. Okay? So, karmic relationship basically is a manifestation of a energy which is negative energy or lower energy. Okay, but why are they placed in your journey? They are placed to make you 100% sure that I don't want to do this. So in a twin flame journey also, sometimes the runners and the chasers, they split, they go away. Okay, in many cases they go away, they're not talking to each other. So when the runner goes away, they feel that that twin flame of mine or whosoever it was, maybe they don't know the jargon or the terms or the phrases. That person is not right for me, so let me marry or date or engage or maybe get into a business partnership with a karmic. And then they realize, after obviously going through it, that this is not the thing for me. But with the karmic, they go through such an experience that they never want to see them again. And sometimes the karmics also keep coming back. So this is where the confusion starts, because a lot of people think that runner-chaser dynamic happens only in twin flames, right? Technically, twin flame doesn't go anywhere. If it is your twin flame, if it is your genuine twin flame, they'll never go anywhere. And if you feel that they have gone anywhere, that means you need to do your work, or that means they could be your karmic, because with the karmic, you have this very strong addiction. It's like a drug. If you don't take that drug, if you don't take that substance, you don't feel live, you don't feel normal. That's what a karmic is. And twin flame is a medicine. Because love is the only medicine that can heal all the sickness of this world. Your twin flame connection, and I'm not giving all the credit to the person, the identity. Please do not do this mistake again and again. It's an energy. You are an energy, your twin flame is an energy, right? Similarly, this energy of true love, of one love, of pure love will only uplift you. It will only make you want to get into therapy. It will only want to make you get into inner work mode. It will only want to make you become a better person, without saying that, okay, since I don't have them around me right now, they are not mine, or I'm not theirs. You'll not think all that. You'll just simply think that, okay, I'm very happy. Actually, you'll think I'm very happy right now. Why do I need to bother myself? Maybe it's not my time, or maybe he or she, they need to do some work on themselves. They have their own mission and I have my own mission, and maybe we have separate missions, and sometimes we can have a different thought pattern altogether, but it's not going to affect you that deeply if you are a genuine twin flamer. Please write it down somewhere, these points. So just in case you want more clarity, I'm going to give you 1 or 2 points more. So basically, karma, I had made a separate video on this. You can also watch it on my channel, the Suna Moon Vlogs. It talks about karmic relationships, so you can go through it. It explains very clearly. But I did not speak about twin flame in that, because in one video we cannot just, it was not a long video. I could not share so much. It was only focused on karmic relationships. So karmic is based on the spiritual law of karma. Okay. Basically, every action we take creates a result. So, the law of action says if you don't do anything, then nothing will happen. And this is the reason why we talk about becoming an observer in the twin flame journey or the ascension journey, earth journey, whatever you want to call it. So, when you become an observer, there is no action. And when you are doing action, when you are constantly in karma mode, then obviously your minus plus will increase. Okay. So what is karma yoga? Karma yoga is basically observation of all your karma without getting attached with what is the result of this. So karmic relationships always engage you into thinking that if I do this, what's gonna be the result? If I spend say 100 rupees in this with this person on a coffee, is she going to give me a kiss at the end of the date? That type of thinking is karmic thinking. Now you can apply it in anything. Even when you go to school and college, people put you in school and college, your parents or society, for 12 years. And then they want, after 12 years, something will be given to me. I will get a degree in return, or I will get a stamp, I will get some validation that I'm educated, this much educated. So that's why I'm doing this. So every karma is based on a result. And in Srimad Bhagavad Gita also it is said that do your karma, but don't think about the result. And this is my dear, for some people it's a difficult practice. So twin flame journey is automatically designed in such a way that whether you like it or not, but universe will put you into certain places, certain situations that you will have no other option but to learn your lesson. Okay. That's one thing. Another thing I'll tell you, important point. Karmic relationships are all about suffering. Okay. And the person who is stuck in a karmic relationship, they find it very hard to end this bond. It's not even a bond. Bonding happens when you love people. Otherwise, in karmic, it's give and take. Always give and take. Most karmic relationships, a good looking woman attracts a good looking man and she says, what will you give me? Very karmic people are like that. They'll have very big ego and they always think that, I somehow affect people. And then when they take your energy, even when they're not talking to you, they feel very satisfied. So when you cut out this karma with them, then that's the time they come back running to you. That's the time they feel like, okay, now something has happened. I should go and talk to this person. And then you might think that it could be my twin flame because I'm connecting again and again with these people. Okay. So the only positive goal of a karmic relationship is to awaken one of the person who's an ascensioner. If you are born on planet Earth only to do ascension work, you are a twin flame, a star seed, a light worker, even a human hybrid, whatever you are. If your job, if your goal of your birth on this planet is to do ascension work, is to awaken yourself, then this relationship will be positive for you later on. But then also you're not going to go back to them. You're going to say, all right, thank you so much for the lesson. I admire you for that, but that's it. I have to go and do better things. And even if you bump into them, then even if you meet them, even if you see them, they will be just like anybody else. There will be no reaction given to those people. No action, no reaction. Only a blessing that may God bless them, may they be happy. If they try to come into your circle and trouble you, then obviously you need to take a strict action so that they don't come into your life again and again. Or if they want to come in your life, then they also need to work on themselves. They need to fix themselves and they need to know and understand that this is not happening over here. This drama, this attention seeking things. So what karmics do is they basically realize that, okay, this way my bad behavior is not working on this person, but I need their energy. They need your energy because you are growing. You grow very fast. Twin flames also progress very fast in the eyes of the karmics, in the karmic reality. Though they personally feel it's a very slow growth because again, this is a karmic problem only they have where they keep calculating the time. Like in my therapies also, I have some students, they ask me this question, when will I stop suffering? When will it become less? Even though they have reduced it a lot. When they started the therapy, from there to even the fourth session, they are very different person. But now they want everything to happen in one day. And that's not the way it will happen. It never happens like that. So get out of this trap of time, this illusion of time and space. Then maybe you can do very good things, and you will be very, happy with your progress, and you'll be very grateful with your progress without getting attached to it. So the awakening of the person who is born with this type of consciousness, which is of a higher consciousness, that awakening is created because of karmic. So that is one reason, So we all have many karmics, we have many soulmates, but twin flame relationship, when it happens into your life, straight away you will realize that I need to do my mission work, I need to become a better person, I need to change. And you're not changing because somebody has hurt your ego. You're changing because you realize that this me right now, the codependent me, the one who's acting so weird, the one who's acting so, like a victim right now, this me has to die. So that's how you say that I want to grow. Okay. So basically both twin flame and karmic relationship will lead to your spiritual growth. Okay. But with karmic, you need to move away. You need to say bye-bye to them. You need to stay away. And with twin flame or with any such relationship, advanced soulmate relationship, you stay with them. And even if you don't stay physically with them for whatever XYZ reason, then also you stay with them because you love them. Like Ram and Sita, after marriage, they got separated. They had to live in the different worlds and different realities. Not realities. They were both in higher dimensions, but she had to do her part of work and he had to do her part of work. Because technically they are Vishnu and Lakshmi. Okay, they are technically not only Ram and Sita, they are Vishnu and Lakshmi who became Ram and Sita, who chose this life of Ram and Sita. Okay, so they cannot be separated. So they are doing their separate things, they are living their separate lives, but they always loved each other. They never spoke anything bad about each other. They always maintained that this person is my wife and this person is my husband. Same thing with Shiva and Parvati. Shiva as a hermit, he was a born hermit. You can't help it if you're a hermit. You can't live in the worldly people with the worldly people, even if it's your partner. Then the partner also has to be very detached and hermit-like, So he goes away, but he comes back. He goes away, but they don't think, you are going away, you're running away from me, so I hate you and go away and this and that. No. They go away, they come back, and you should read their stories. They are very interesting stories because their stories also talk about growth and progress. Their stories talk about how they suffered, how they were miserable without each other. All those things also happened. But they learned that this is the only person I love. And in case of Radha and Krishna, it's one step ahead, They're one step ahead of everyone because they get married to other people also. Krishna gets married to someone else, Radha gets married to someone else. There's an age gap also, Radha is elder to him. But they never stop loving each other. And it's not them, but it is the devotees who would see them together. Sometimes sitting in the river bank, sometimes walking in the woods, they would see them together, just sitting next to each other. He's playing the flute and she's listening to him. And people, because of these mystical experiences, because of these visions that people were getting, because of their love, that even today, thousands of years have passed by, but even today, despite them getting married to other people, in every temple in India, Radha and Krishna are prayed together, they are worshipped together as a couple. As a couple. So if you have Ram and Sita, you have Shiva and Parvati, you'll always have an idol of Radha and Krishna next to them. So that is the power of one love. That is the power of true love. And my friends, the only reason I am doing this video is because I want you guys to know that you need to analyze it on your own. You need to understand the nature of your relationships with other people. You can easily figure out that this is a narcissistic abuse, or this is a karmic relationship, this is a soulmate relationship, this is a twin flame relationship. These people are because of my mission work. These people are there in my life because of mission work. And I would also like to tell you that everybody needs a group of people who love them. So even Jesus has had 12 people who were his sort of friends and those people who uplifted him. Krishna had those people, Ram had those people, Lord Sri Ram always had Lakshman by his side. He always had, and as life progressed, there came many other companions like that. There was Hanuman, there is Hanuman even now. Vibhishan came along, even though he was Ravan's brother, still he became one of his advisors, someone who would uplift him, someone who would talk to him. So many such people, the gurus are there, the masters are there, the teachers are there. So you also need to figure out. In my case, I feel the animals, my animal friends are those who give me unconditional love. Every time I'm lost and I'm lonely or I'm upset about anything, I know that I need to get into their company, and they love me and they hug me, they kiss me and they uplift me. Similarly, then there is my master, and slowly and gradually, as you keep unlocking the levels, as you keep doing more and more, deeper and deeper inner work, all of those people will keep coming to you, so you need to figure out, you need to get connected with those people, and it will happen. Like I said, if you keep doing your inner work, it will happen. But don't get dejected and don't get sad because of what the karmics have to say. You can put them in a list. These people are my karmics. So next time when I meet them, I need to, give them something worldly. And trust me, it's my personal experience. Karmics are never happy no matter what you do for them. If you give them, say somebody comes to you, they say, give me 1 million rupees. I need it for some work. You say, okay, I'll give you 1 million. Then they will think this person should have given me at least 2 million. So what, I asked for 1 million. They should have asked, proposed me for 2 million. A lot of people in Twin Flame journey have gone through this, and if you are studying human design, then also you would have experienced this. And that's the reason when I said this, that you're actually getting reborn at 30 or 35, because even human design says the same things, and all the metaphysics knowledge says the same thing, that when you do something for the karmic people, they'll never be satisfied. And that type of criticism is very harmful and dangerous, and that is the criticism that brings you down actually. So maybe they'll tell you, if you make an airplane with your own hands, then you are somebody. Say, okay, fine, I'll make an airplane, and you make an airplane. And they'll not appreciate it. They'll look at the airplane and say, you made the airplane, but what about a space shuttle? You say, okay, fine, I'll make a space shuttle, which will go in the 9 planets. You make the space shuttle. Then they'll look at the space shuttle, they'll not appreciate it. And the reason why I'm using airplane and space shuttle is because these are impossible tasks, okay? So you can imagine in your head, they tell you to do something and you do it. They'll never say, oh wow, you actually did it. I'm impressed by you. Great. Keep it up, man. No, they will not say that. They will look at it, your achievement or whatever feat you've completed. They'll say, you did it. But what about that? But what about that? So you've made a space shuttle which goes into the 9 planets. Then they will say, what about interdimensional space shuttle? What about one space shuttle which goes into the whole universe and comes back in 5 minutes? Right here. So can you travel higher than the speed of light? I'm talking about these things because I'm telling you, no matter what you do for them, they will never be satisfied and they'll never appreciate it. And it's not anything to make you feel bad, like, should I stop doing it? Do it. Do whatever you have to do for them as a duty. But I'm sorry to say this, they will never appreciate it, or they'll never be satisfied with it. They will always want more and more and more and more and more. This is what a karmic world is all about. And you also, if you feel that you're getting very much trapped in the 3D world, then you need to look within and you need to think, are you counting your blessings? Are you becoming too self-critical? Are you not seeing what you possess or the growth you've come, but you're only thinking about what do I do more? What do I do more? What do I do next? Now I've done this. Now what next? Now what next? Now what next? Then that means you're again getting stuck into the karmic energies. And it must have been happening because you're very much, trying to again go into the karmic direction. Okay. So on this note, I'm going to close this channeling session. Hope it helps some of you. If you have any other questions, please ask me and I'll make another, video or make another session and I'll share the answers with you. Alright. So one love and peace out.